All right, now we're recording live Awesomeness Hour with Bobbi Jane. Bobbi Jane, thanks for joining us today. She froze. Bobbi Jane's froze. Bobbi Jane's froze.
Oh, no.
She's froze. All right, we'll just talk amongst ourselves while she gets back on. There she is.
There I am.
There you are. You were froze for a second. That happens from time to time. It got you in a good frame though. Sometimes it freezes you with a weird,
I'm all,
with a weird thing going on. So you were totally fine. People just thought, why is she so intense?
oh. All right,
So for those people that don't know you as well as others, give us a little a little highlight reel of how long you've been in the Thrive Forever Fit program and kind of how you got to us and the whole your success and your journey so far.
okay. I started, February was a year for me.
Okay.
And I got introduced by Christy Kirk. She posted this amazing post on Facebook about how far she's come along. And, it was the end of the first phase, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get like last week free. Just
There you
join
go.
now. And so I was like, tell me more. And she did. And I signed up that night, so.
Yeah.
And that was like a Thursday night. My first workout was a Saturday.
Oh.
And I literally cried at the end of it.
Yeah, the Saturday workouts are tough. For those of you guys that don't know, the Saturday workouts, I mean, they're a little, I mean, they're very similar. They're just a little bit different. They're just different enough to be crazy. You know what I mean? So the Saturday is a tough one to jump into first out of the bag. Wow.
Yeah, it was a lot though. It was just the emotions of it. I'd been through so much in the whole year before that I was like, finally, it's like, this is what I needed right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was really good. And I just kind of went all in right there from then on. It was just, I never looked back.
That's one of the things I remember about you from the beginning, is that you were committed from like virtually day one. And I'm pretty sure you threw up day one and day 3 and day 5 and day 7, day 14. We'll talk about that in 1 second. But so how much weight have you lost from the beginning until now?
Just over 55 pounds.
Okay. So we're creeping up on 60 pounds. Unfreaking believable. I mean, cause you're not a huge person. Like you're not giant framed. So that's really,
5'1".
Yeah. 5'1". So that's really cool. What do you weigh right now? You told me the other day and I was like, holy crap.
123.
123. Yeah. So, I mean, you and I have been chatting behind the scenes a little bit and you've been having a lot of success. I mean, one of your goals was to come out of this, just like I've been saying from the get-go, better and not bitter. And you've lost 10 pounds so far during Opportunity 2020. So hats off to you. That is massive achievement. So really, really awesome job.
I think, it's the whole challenge that you did for April really like kickstarted it again for me because I was, doing the whole snacking thing and like sneaking in the chocolate. And so like when you put that challenge out there, I just like, no more. And it started it again for me.
Well, I can tell you guys something even about me. The reason I did that is because I'm the kind of person where I even get excited. I mean, I'm pretty regimented. Like I'm going to work out every day. I was already doing too well. I mean, the reason I came up with that is I was already doing that stuff. So I'm like, well, shit, if I'm doing it, they should be doing it. But it was almost like whenever I announced it publicly, I think anytime you make a public declaration, you're more into the gist of it. So it was like, instead of getting 2 walks, like now I'm usually getting like 3 or 4 walks because I have to go above and beyond. Right. But if I hadn't have announced it publicly, I might have gotten 2 walks. There might've been a day where I just got, oh, it's raining out or it's windy. And I might've just got my 1 walk, but now I'm like, there's no way. Like I'm getting my 2 minimum and I'm probably going to get 3 or 4.
Right.
So yeah, I think it was good for everybody. So yeah, you definitely did jump in with that with both. Let's talk about the throwing up really quick because most people, I mean, I worry about as a coach and as someone, and first time somebody comes in my studio, I'm like, oh my God, they're throwing up because a normal person, and I'm not normal. So I get where you're coming from. I'll tell you, but remind me to Marissa, write this down. I want to tell you guys about a workout we did called the Puker whenever I was in college. So I'll tell you guys about the Puker. But when a first client first comes to my studio and the first day they throw up, I'm like, they're never coming back. They're never coming back. Like the first thing they teach you in like personal training, like if like I got certified like, I mean, many, many moons ago. And the first thing, the strength and development coach was there. He said, do not quote unquote hurt your clients the first time they show up. Like, don't go crazy. Don't make them throw up. Don't make them too sore. Don't make them doubt themselves. And so when I saw you throw it, I'm like, God dang it. But then I just realized, shit, she's going to puke every damn day until we get to a certain point. So hats off to you. Listen, because I get it. Hats off to you for like, and because you would throw up and you just come right back in the workout. When I saw you do that, I'm like, oh shit, like this person may be different. Like she just puked and now she's back on the ground doing burpees. Like that's not you. That's not normal, which I dig that. I love that about you.
I've learned also that I'm a very competitive person since I've been here. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, if the person next to me is still going, I'm going to still go.
I'm the same way. Like I will, I mean, this is a weird extreme, but like, I'd rather die. Like really, I was like, I won't stop. Like you'd have to drag me off the field. Like I'd rather be, carted off on a stretcher than stop. So I think that went on for you for what, like 6 weeks at least. Like, you wouldn't throw up every day, but like, it wasn't abnormal for you to be in the bushes.
Right. At least once a week for the first couple months.
Yeah. And it wasn't I think it was twofold. I mean, it was more than you'd been used to doing, but you pushed yourself really, really hard. Like you didn't take your foot off the gas so you wouldn't throw up. You just kept going. You're like, if I throw up, I throw up, and I'm just going to keep going after that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's, you're in my head, when I'm doing it. So I'm just.
I like it.
Yeah, for sure.
But that says a lot about your character though, too. So I appreciate your willingness to work hard and just to continue to go even in the face of it all. Now, had you been working out at all? I mean, when was the last time you'd done something other than, just walking around the block or going for hikes and stuff like that?
It'd probably been a year and a half.
Okay.
Yeah, I lost my dad in late 2017, and so I just kind of went into this depression. Mm-hmm. And gained 30 pounds in like 3 months, and it was just, I hadn't been doing anything at all. So
yeah,
I just got tired. I was just I needed to live again.
Well, and you're definitely doing that. How is this from a psychological mindset perspective? How is the whole process like? Has that helped you like kind of get to a better place?
Oh, for sure. I was so depressed. I was getting up just because I had kids to take care of.
Yeah.
There was nothing happening, nothing to be happy about is the way my brain was, you know what I mean? Totally. But no, for sure. I get up every morning because I love being alive. I love being here. I love being, something that my kids can look to as a role model, Yeah. And I don't just get up so that I can feed them and clothe them. I get up so they can have someone to be proud of.
Absolutely. And well, and then they definitely have a mom they can be proud of. Let's talk about your biggest kid, Eddie. So for those of you guys who don't know, Eddie is her husband. He's an awesome, awesome dude. So he's lost some weight, and not some weight. Like he looks amazing. How much?
Probably about almost 40 pounds.
See, I mean, that's so awesome. So I'm a firm believer that when the dude like jumps in and is like, okay, like I'll roll.
Oh yeah.
It looks unbelievable.
I wouldn't be doing this if it weren't for him. Yeah. Because I go to the 5 a.m.s and I literally go straight to work from the workout.
Yeah.
And I shower and get ready at work. Yeah. And he does all the morning stuff with the kids, takes them to school, does all of it.
So cool. So, and everybody who knows that, he knows that he's a great dude. And I mean, he's just that guy. Like whenever you meet him, it doesn't even shock you. You're just like, oh, well, of course, he's a pretty solid dude. So yeah. I'm grateful for him that he's stepping up and doing all that, because it's really allowed you to shine and be, become the woman that you really deserve and you are. So he's really doing an amazing job with that. Now, how many kids do you guys have?
We have three girls. Okay.
Give me ages and break down like year, what grades, that type of stuff.
Trinity is 19. She's a sophomore at UCSD. Okay. Olivia is going to be 11 on Saturday. So she's in the 5th grade, and Penelope's 5. She's in TK.
Okay. And so the middle one is the gymnast?
They're Olivia and Penelope both do gymnastics.
Oh, they both do. I didn't know Penelope did too. Okay, cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, Olivia's pretty competitive at it, right? Like, I mean,
she's on the competition. Well, they're both on the competition team. But Olivia's been doing it a lot longer. Well, yeah, a lot longer.
Yeah.
Since she was 2.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And the oldest one's at UCSD. She plays volleyball?
She plays volleyball.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
6'1".
Whoa.
I know.
Whoa. Okay. 6'1".
Yeah.
I wish I was 6'1". It's a bummer. Thanks for that, Bobbi Jane. I appreciate that.
Look at me. Like, I'm 5'1".
Yeah.
When, I claim to be 5'1", but
you're probably 5 foot tall. Let's be honest. You're probably 5 foot.
5 foot. So, standing next to her, I'm like under her armpit.
That's funny. Now Eddie's pretty tall though. Is Eddie 6 foot? Is he?
5'11" maybe.
He's pushing. He's pushing 6. Okay, cool. Now Eddie's a school teacher, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so he teaches
algebra.
I was gonna say math. Okay, I was right. Good. All right.
Yeah.
I'm digging. How is he handling as a teacher? What grade does he teach? Right.
Which is 8th grade, 7th and 8th.
Okay, 7th and 8th grade. How is he handling this whole transition? Is he having to like correspond with the kids or give them anything, or how are they doing that?
They create packets for them, but he teaches in Coachella School District, and there's not a lot of participation from the students. They don't really care as much as other kids, I guess. So he's doesn't have a lot of communication with them. He'll go out there and they don't really respond. So
right. That's got to be challenging for him too, because I know he's a go-getter. Like he wants to be his best, and so that's got to be a struggle for him to be able to handle that.
For sure, he's always frustrated about it. So.
Well, listen, there's probably 1 or 2 kids in the class that do care, and he just has to touch those 2 little jokers and make sure they get the best Eddie they can get. And I know he's doing that.
Right, and that's what I tell him. If he just touches 1, that's
100%. That's my mission. Like, listen, that's why we do all this. If I get one of you guys to get some benefit out of this, then I've done my job for the day or for the week or for the month or whatever it may be. So I can 100% agree with that. Right. Now, how's mom doing? For everybody who doesn't know, Bobbi Jane's mom, Janie, is also in the program. She comes to the 6:30 workouts if you guys haven't seen her, and she's amazing. One of my favorite peeps in the program. How's mom doing?
She's doing okay. She's not working out as much. But and I'm like always getting on her, like you need to work out, you need exercise. And so she's kind of in the mode of wanting to move in with me so that she can, get in there. And I'm like, come over. I'm ready for it.
Now I can't picture mom being that much of a rule follower. She seems like a bit of a hellraiser to me. Like I'm surprised that she hasn't threaten some people because she's ready to roll. This is just, I'm guessing. I don't know this for a fact, but I can see your mom being like, I'm done with this. Like making some phone calls and being like, we're going. We're just going to go back to work.
She's just ready she's like, I'm going to come stay with you. I don't even care. And she came over. I
don't blame her.
And I'm like, Mom, you're not supposed to be coming over here. And she's like, I don't care. I miss you. I'm going to come see you. And I'm like, all right, whatever, it's on you.
She's old school. She's been through shit before. This is nothing. She's like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. I'll be fine.
Right.
Don't worry about me.
Right.
She's worried about us. We're the soft ones. She's going to be okay.
Right, exactly.
I don't worry about mom at all. Like she's not afraid.
No. Right.
What's your favorite? Because I always think about like every client, like when I watch you guys work out, like, and it doesn't really seem to matter. Like everybody's kind of got like a favorite thing we do. And, I put you guys in a lot of like weird scenarios. Like what's your favorite thing? Like when you walk in the studio and I'm like, hey, today is going to be blank. Like, is there like a workout where you're like, you hate it, but you love it? Or you're like, oh shit, I don't want to do that. But then afterwards you feel amazing. Like what's your favorite thing to do?
God.
This may come back to haunt you, so answer carefully.
I know. I really like when you put us in teams. Like there was one Saturday that you put us in teams outside.
Like a big team, or like
like you're competing against this team.
Okay.
And, I always want to be on the winning team.
Of course.
I'm always going to push even harder, and on those days. I hate the sled, but I love it. you know, I hate it because, you know, it's a sled.
Yeah.
But I love it because I never thought I'd be strong enough or, you know, able to do that. And I mean, I remember the first time you put me on the sled, you paired me with Jared.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the workout, right?
And like he's like, here, let me help you. And I'm like, nope, no, you're not going to do this for me. And I just kept going. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was
well, you know, this, I was looking at the sleds today. I was on the assault bike and I just glanced over and I'm sorry. Like I want you to get out. I want you to get out. You know, I mean, you think we got it bad. Those guys are itching to get out the door. So they're ready. They're ready to get back in action, but the sleds are fun for a couple of reasons. And I think you hit the nail on the head. It's like, it's the whole thing of you probably never in your life, if somebody said, hey, you're going to pull a sled with 200 pounds on it and you're going to run around a building probably miles on some day, you'd have been like, nobody's going to make me. There's no chance in hell I'm ever going to do that. But it sounds cute, right? And then now you're doing it and, you know, and doing it well, you know? So I'll tell you guys a quick story. So when I was I think probably freshman year in college on the football team. So during non-football season, in between seasons, all the, you know, groups of guys, you could have to go work out on your own. So me and these 3 offensive linemen would go work out every night in the rec center. And we created this weird leg workout. And this is back whenever like, I mean, I guess you'd call it like, we call them hip sleds because you could use the same machine for a bunch of stuff. You could do like a forward squat in it, but you could also do a leg press. It was like this big giant monstrosity. But you could literally load this thing with as much weight. So we'd put 1,000 pounds on this leg press machine. And so the workout was, you had to keep going until somebody threw up. And so we would get in and we would all do like leg presses to failure, meaning like, so on the last rep, your buddies would have to be there to like grab the machine, put it up, rack it. Somebody else would get in and it would just keep going like a revolving door until somebody finally puked. And it was we wouldn't even be able to walk out of the gym after that. It was so stupid and so painful. And lucky for me, I'm not a puker. Like I do not want to throw up, period. So I will just choke it down. So very rarely would I be the one to throw up. And we would always try to bring in a guy we knew was a little soft so we could get him to puke early. So we didn't have to do this for like an hour, because if just the 3 of us showed up, like it was going to be probably like an hour long fest and it was going to be a shit show. So you guys are lucky we don't do stuff like that. We run out of time.
You guys are such boys.
Yeah. Well, and you'd lose every time. Like you just throw Bobbi. I mean, we're 3 minutes in. You can't puke. The workout's over. Like now we're going home.
Going home.
You just ruined the workout. So we'd have to come up with new rules if you were there.
Yeah.
So Bobbi's just got to throw up 3 times. Then we can go home.
Then we can go
home. So what is, excuse me, during this, you know, I'm calling this like Opportunity 2020. What's the one thing, I ask everybody the same question, what's the one thing you've kind of learned about yourself, like during this like weirdness that maybe you didn't, you know, realize or didn't have such an awareness of before?
I kind of learned that I'm more of a homebody than I thought I was. And, you know, I'm not as brave as I thought I was, you know, like, okay. I think that this has really been like, oh, I'd really like to try this. And I'd really, you know, when this is over, I really want to do this or do that I've never done before. And I thought I was braver than I was, you know,
okay.
And I was actually adventurous, but I'm not.
What's something that you think you want to try that maybe you hadn't have thought of before that you want to do now? This is kind of giving you an awareness of.
Travel more.
Uh-huh.
You know, I want to see more of the world and, you know, experience more things.
Were you a little bit, I mean, not fearful, but it just kind of wasn't your thing before? Or you just thought, it's.
No, I've always liked doing it. I just never take the time to do it. I'm
never
always
a priority.
Busy. We got too much going on at home, you know.
Yeah.
So I never made it a priority. I think I'd want to like do crazy things, you know, like make my hair blue or, you know, something fun, you know.
I'm assuming Dodger blue. We'll touch on that in a second. I'm going to find out why. I'm going to find out what the background behind all that is. Okay, so next question is, what is excuse me. So that's the one thing you've kind of learned about yourself. What's one thing you've kind of taken advantage of? Like this time frame has given you an opportunity to do something that maybe you know, didn't either have time to do before, didn't even know you wanted to do.
Spend more time with my girls. You
Okay.
know, like they're in gymnastics 4 nights a week after school,
Yeah.
from 4 to 7, and so we come home and we're just like dinner, bed, you know, homework, whatever, and we're in bed by 8:30. You know, so I didn't get as much time with them as I would like. So, you know, I come home from work and we're in the trampoline and
Yeah.
hanging out and just having fun. So,
That's cool.
yeah,
It's giving you guys a chance to connect a little bit more.
right, for sure.
I think
And
that's
with,
been one of the things that a lot of people have noticed is I mean, that you get wrapped up in your busyness of life. Like, you know,
right,
you've got soccer and this and work and school and everything else. And the next thing you know, you're waking up to do it again tomorrow. So this has really kind of slowed everybody down. That's
right.
awesome. I love that. Have your girls had that same appreciation? Have they really enjoyed the process of getting to hang
Oh,
out with
yeah.
you guys more?
Yeah, because especially Olivia, she, you know, she's going to be 11, and she's like, Mom, we don't see you in the morning, you know, and so you come home and it's late and we're just doing dinner. And so she's, you know, she sees it more.
Yeah, that's cool though.
Yeah,
And she'll be in the 6th grade next year?
right.
Okay. Wow.
You know.
Now, what is this? I'm fascinated with this whole gymnastics thing because we got a few moms that have kids that are really involved in gymnastics. Do
Mhm.
they do everything? Because like when you watch gymnastics on TV, like is it kind of the same way? They're a team, but they all do the rings or the pommel horse or the vault, or they all do all that. I mean, that is stuff. I've seen that.
Oh yeah, those are boys' events. Those are the men's events. The
Okay.
the horse and the rings. Olivia does the vault.
Okay,
The
I know that. That's the thing that like the Dominic Dawes did that when she
right when
landed
she
on 1 foot or whatever.
right
I know my shit. I
yeah.
know my gymnastics stuff.
Yeah,
Okay, so that's the vault.
the vault, and then she does the floor routine.
Okay. That's not the
Um,
one. I'm gonna date myself here. I used to watch this stuff when I was younger, and some of them would have like little ribbons they would
oh yeah,
do, like
there's
weird
that's
stuff,
I
like
think
a
it's written.
ball. Yeah, one of
Uh-huh.
them they'd have a ball they'd throw up and catch it. I was like, that's some weird ass shit. But then some of them just did a bunch of tumbling.
Yeah, so
So
she just does the tumbling without any props or anything.
that's amazing. Like how they can like the floor. I'm going to use the term floor awareness because they have to stay inside of the square. If they step
Right.
out, it's a penalty.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm as a judge, like I'll strike it for that. So I love
Right.
good floor awareness. Like what's her finishing move? Do you I mean is it like a double karaoke
I
backflip with
I
a
don't know what anything is called, honestly.
okay.
Like she'll tell me, Mom, I did this and I did that. I'm like, oh, what is that? You know, because I just sit and watch, but I haven't really.
Tell her if she ever wants to talk shop, buzz me up. We'll talk about gymnastics or whatever.
I
I was
will.
gonna be I was gonna be a professional gymnast at one point.
Where are you?
Yeah. I mean, then I realized that I don't look that great in a leotard, and but no, I don't. It's a weird. I've got a weird body for a leotard, and I'm afraid to flip backwards. Just can't do it. So didn't pan out.
Yeah.
So vault, floor exercise, and then what about the horse thing? The long no the
Beam.
beam
That's the beam.
beam.
She has the beam. That's my favorite to watch her on is the beam.
Doesn't that scare you? Whenever I watch, I don't even know people when I watch them do the beam. I'm like, oh no,
Yeah.
I'm like this. I'm like, it scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, because I think it's 4 inches thick.
Right.
And so yeah, it's
Well,
amazing.
that and are theirs elevated off the ground like the
Oh,
see
yeah.
that's what are you doing? Can we get that thing? Why does it have to be so high? That's what I keep asking. I'm watching. I'm like, why does that need to be so high? Like, couldn't we bring that down a smidge? Seems
Yeah.
aggressive.
Yeah, she's just been doing it for so long. She doesn't have that fear, I guess. 'Cause-
Scared to death of it.
oh yeah, me too.
So those is that the
And then
three?
the uneven bars. It's
Okay.
so yeah.
That's got to be challenging too. So the little ones do that too. The girls do.
hmm But they're just
Wow.
until they get to a certain level. They're only on the lower bar,
Okay.
and then they'll learn to jump.
To go back and forth.
hmm
That's really cool. Is Olivia at that level yet? The both
She
ring?
went to the higher one, but she doesn't come back yet.
Okay, she can get up there, but then has to stay there.
Yeah, so then she'll dismount from the top bar.
Okay, that's so cool. Now, are there, I mean, I'm assuming you guys have to travel for this, right? There can't be that many things in the Coachella Valley.
Yeah, there's all of her meets are out of town. So,
Okay.
I mean, our gym hosts maybe 1 or 2 per year meets,
Okay.
but they're all out of town basically.
I was in Vegas not too long ago. I mean, before all this happened, and there was probably 14 million of those little gymnast jokers running around everywhere. I'm like, where are these
Yeah,
people?
that was the weekend we were there. We were there that same weekend, remember?
Oh, that's right. I was like, where are your parents?
Yeah.
They were everywhere. And you knew it was them because they've all got the little sequin things on and they're all dressed so in their little jumpsuits and I mean, I was like, oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Where'd they have that at? Was that at the convention center?
It was called something. I don't remember what it was called.
Was it on the Strip?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah.
It might have been like the Sands. Do you remember what hotel it was in? No? Were you even there, Bobbi Jane?
I was a little bit.
Did Olivia, did she drive herself to Vegas? And
No, Eddie drives. I just, take a nap while he's
oh,
driving.
lucky you. You just get to hang out.
We do.
Hmm.
That's why, I got a guy in my life, so I don't have to do certain things.
Listen, he's a good one. He's a good dude. Marissa, do we have any questions on the side? I mean, I could talk about gymnastics all day long, but let's go ahead and see if anybody's got any questions.
We do. Marty asked, Bobbi Jane, how long have you been a Dodgers fan?
My whole life. My dad was a Dodgers fan. I remember watching the 88 World Series with my dad and jumping up and down when Kirk Gibson hit that
I was
home
about
run.
to say, is that Kirk Gibson?
Oh, yeah.
Watching that. I'm not even a Dodger fan.
Oh yeah. I think that's what really solidified it for me when I really found a love for baseball, was being in that moment and the excitement of it with my dad. And so, yeah.
If anybody hasn't seen that, you don't even really have to be a baseball fan. If you knew anything about that moment and you were watching it, it was the most unbelievable thing. I mean, it was unbelievable. I mean,
and it's funny because my dad would tell me, I would be like, oh yeah, Dad, what got you into baseball? He's like, I didn't care about baseball. I used to gamble. I used to bet on the games. That's the only reason why I watched them.
That's funny. So you grew up watching baseball with your dad. He liked the Dodgers. Did you grow up in the Coachella Valley?
Yeah, I grew up in Coachella. Yeah.
Okay, so you grew up here. So the Dodgers were probably it was either the Dodgers or the Padres. So
right. And the Angels. Well,
I forgot about the Angels. Yeah.
At one point we had the Palm Springs Angels.
Okay.
And so we went to those games too. So it's fun.
Yeah. Now is Mom a baseball fan too, or no?
Dodgers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now, did Eddie have to convert, or was he a Dodgers fan?
Eddie didn't really watch baseball. He was a numbers guy. He would watch, he would collect baseball cards.
Yeah.
Growing up, but he became a Dodgers fan because
probably better that he did, because listen, if you're gonna marry into a psychopathic family that has any kind of sports team, it's better that you don't have one, right? Because they'll force you to dump your team, and then you feel horrible. Right. So it's better that he came in just blind. He's like, yeah, okay, I'll take the Dodgers.
Yeah, sure, whatever. We took him to a baseball game, and he became a fan for life.
Yeah. Now he played soccer, correct?
Yeah,
Eddie? Soccer. Man, I wish I could have played soccer. You know what got me into soccer? Let me go on a tangent really quick. When I watched the Women's World, is it women's or women's? Women's or women's World Cup? The Women's World Cup. When I watched that, I'm like, holy shit, I love soccer. I would rather watch women's soccer than men's soccer. They're unbelievable. I can't get enough. They blow my mind how good they are. And I love it.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
Who's my favorite player? Carly something. I like Carly. Somebody help me out here. Carly. I think her name's Carly. I don't know. It'll come to me. Anyway, did you ever play soccer or no?
Yeah, maybe in elementary school, but there was too much running involved, and so I was like,
Not for you?
Not for me. I played softball, so.
Okay, well that makes sense. I mean, Dodgers fan, baseball fan, softball lineage. Now, do the girls do anything besides gymnastics, or is that just kind of a full-time gig?
It's full-time, but they both played soccer this past fall.
Okay.
And Penny really likes it, so she might do soccer more than gymnastics. Okay. Olivia's just kind of at an age now. She's like, I don't know what I like. I don't know if I still want to do it. And so we'll see what she does.
Yeah. Are you one of those moms you're going to let her pick or do what she wants, or are you going to push her one way or the other?
Well, I've been pushing her in the gymnastics. She's kind of still been in it because I think I enjoy it more than she does.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that I might get to a point now where we're like, okay, whatever, you know,
Yeah.
you want to get into, but I just told her she can't not be doing something, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
absolutely.
Yeah,
Do
so
any of that's it's such like an individual sport, like gymnastics. I mean, I know there are parts of teams and whatnot, but does she have friends that do the same thing, like that she's close with, or not really?
yeah, she's like all her teams pretty much her best friends, you know,
Okay.
they're like gym sisters, they call themselves, you know, like that's my
Okay.
gym sister.
That's cool.
And so yeah, that's one of the reasons that I think for me it's like hard because I'm like, those are your friends and you're never gonna see them anymore. And
Right.
you know, and I become friends with the other moms and
Yeah. Do they do gymnastics based on age? Like, is it grouped in like different age pockets, or is it?
it's grouped on your abilities and
Oh,
you know
okay.
try out for the next level and so you can have a young 8-year-old with 12, 13-year-olds if she has the
If
you
she
know
can, if she's skilled enough. Oh,
right.
wow.
Yeah,
That's interesting. That's really cool.
yeah,
Huh. That does a little pressure in there.
right.
Especially if you're 12 and like a 7-year-old rolls in, you're like, what?
Yeah, and it happens, you know.
Get out of here. Marissa, what do we got going on the board? Is anybody even watching, or is it just me, you, Bobbi Jane, and Marty?
To answer, Kirsten said Carly Lloyd.
Who?
Carly Lloyd.
No, but who answered the question?
Sorry, Courtney.
Oh, okay. Court. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Courtney. No, Carly Lloyd. Yes. I'm a big Carly Lloyd guy. Like, I don't know why. I just like her attitude, like her energy. I used to like the goaltender, the one that's rogue that gets in trouble with the police a lot.
The Hope Solo, is it?
Hope something, I think. Ask Courtney what her name is. It's Hope something. Hope. She got arrested. I think she beat her boyfriend
Yeah,
up.
she did it with her boyfriend.
Like, let me tell you this. I like my goalies with a little bit of edge. Okay. Now, if she's a fullback or a midfielder, get out of here. I won't tolerate it. I will not tolerate it. My goalie, I don't mind it a little bit. I don't mind if they, little,
Solo.
Hope Solo, right? Yeah. Damn right, she's Hope Solo. She's whipping everybody else's ass. That's why she's Hope Solo. But yeah, I think she beat her boyfriend up. There might have been a couple of maybe boozy incidents. So again, I don't mind my goalie being like that because I feel like if shit goes down, we need somebody. Like we need somebody on the team that will cut you. That's not me, right? I'm not doing that for sure. So we need a goalie that can go. So yeah, Hope Solo. Thanks for that, Courtney. What else we got, Marissa?
I actually have a few questions. Sylvia asked, tell us about your Dodgers wedding.
My Dodgers wedding?
Mm-hmm. She said, tell us about your Dodgers wedding, ?
Dodgers wedding? Did we get married at the park? Did you get married?
I did. My save the dates was just a picture of us at a Dodger game. We didn't get married.
Oh, okay. So you guys, it
said like we fell in love over home plate or something like that, and it was a picture of us at a Dodger.
Cute.
Yeah.
That is the cutest.
Right.
Celeste asked, will you ever join a co-ed softball team?
I feel like I could. So no, I'm just kidding. That's not for me. That's not for me. Go ahead.
I actually played in a co-ed softball team for about 10 years or so, maybe longer. And I haven't played softball in about 10 years now.
What position did you play?
I played rover. Was
Okay.
outfield. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm familiar with the rover. Listen, we'll talk shop all day. I know the rover. I know. Did you like the more of like you like to come up and the infield portion, or what would you do? Frozen again. There she is.
Hello? Can you see me?
You there?
Right here?
Yeah, we got you now.
Okay.
We got you.
Honestly, it was always running back and forth, so I was always so tired, going back and forth. But it was fun.
So you don't miss it?
No, I actually do miss it. That's one of the things that I've actually discovered about myself, I guess, on this thing. I miss playing softball and I miss bowling because I used to be in a bowling league.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
Huh. Did you have your own ball?
I do.
See, that's the question. Anybody ever says they've been in a bowling league? If I say, do you have your own ball? And they say no, I'm like, you ran a bowling league. You went to the bowling alley and you drank some beers. Okay? If you have your own ball, that means you're in a bowling league.
Right. I have my own ball, my own shoes. Nice. I have a locker at the bowling alley.
Nice. See, that's the real deal. That's when you know somebody's legit.
Yeah. I started bowling in that league when I was 19. So I was there for 20 years.
Wow. That's awesome.
I bowled with my mom and my dad and Eddie and my brother.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
What was your best score ever? You remember?
Like a 235 maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Marissa, do you know what the perfect score is in bowling?
300.
Well, I mean, the answer is correct, yes, but you didn't have very much confidence in saying that. So we know, everybody watching knows that was you just pull that out of your ass. I was like,
I knew it was like 10. Wait, there's 10 pins.
Purple? I don't know. Yeah. Okay, good guess. Great guess.
I had an idea.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. What else we got? Anybody else on asking questions?
Yep. We Rebecca asked, what high school did you graduate from and what year?
Coachella, 95.
1995. What's the Coachella mascot?
Arabs.
The Arabs.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
You know, Mecca, all that.
Oh, okay, I get it. Okay, I get it. Now thank you. That helped a lot. Tied it all in together. I just wasn't picking it up. And so I'm a little slow sometimes.
Yeah.
You get the whole Mecca thing. Okay.
Indio's Rajas. So,
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. I mean, just trying to tie it all together. What's Rajas?
They're Rajas.
Rajas. Huh. Interesting. 1995. So I graduated in 93. So, okay. Close there. Close in age.
Yeah. 42.
How old's Eddie?
He's also same age, 42. Well,
you guys you guys graduated the same year, 1995? Oh, very cool.
I've known him since the 6th grade.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
6th grade, Eddie.
6th grade. And he would ask me out in high school and I would never date him.
What? Why?
Because he was a big flirt and I was very shy and innocent, and so I just saw him as like a player kind of guy, and so I was like, nope, I'm not gonna date you.
Oh, poor Eddie.
I know.
Did you ever apologize for saying no?
No.
You should. As soon as we're done with this call, you go in there and say, hey, listen, I'm sorry.
No.
I owe you an apology. I should have said yes all those years ago.
I still have my senior yearbook that he signed, and he signed it, your future husband. Okay?
He did not.
He did.
That's
your future husband.
What?
And he had a girlfriend at the time, and he's signing my yearbook, your future husband.
Eddie.
Yep.
Fast and loose. That's my man, Eddie. That's my man, Eddie. It doesn't shock me.
And we have a picture from our high school graduation together that my mom took. And he would tell my mom, I'm going to marry your daughter someday. I'm going to marry your daughter someday. And so she remember it. Yeah.
The man had a vision. I like that.
Yeah.
Fast Eddie. Good stuff. What else we got, Marissa?
No questions, but there is talk of starting a Thrive softball team now. So
the Thrive softball team.
Do it.
Fantastic. Make it happen.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
But no questions.
I'll play, but I can't coordinate anything. I got too much shit on my plate. Co-ed. I used to love playing co-ed. And when I was in college, I played intramural co-ed. It was fun.
Yeah. I used to, my team when I played was a family team. Like my dad sponsored it, and it was, close family and stuff. And we used to play against Christy's team.
Oh, wow.
We used to play against each other. It was fun.
We'll talk about that later. I don't want to hurt Kirk's feelings. I'm going to ask you some detailed questions, though. I'm going to ask you some deep stuff about Kirk. See if she's as good as she's all those trophies in her office, or See if those have been purchased or maybe gotten at a pawn shop. I've seen that shit before. I don't think you're fooling me, Kirk. Get a trophy like that anywhere. Trust me.
Yeah. No, they earn those trophies for sure.
Now, what else is on the agenda for you? I mean, you're still working though, right? Like you're still.
Right. Yeah.
Are you?
I do week on, week off.
Okay, that's what I thought. You're 1 in, 1 out. Okay.
Yeah.
And do they think that'll continue for the foreseeable future? They haven't given you guys any directive or anything?
No, they haven't really told us one way or the other.
Okay.
I'm just playing it.
Now, when you're home, are you still having to work though? Is it still you still have stuff you have to do? Okay.
Yeah, I have to like log in everything I do and turn it in and stuff. So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Now, when you go in, do you just go into the normal office that you're in on a regular basis?
Mm-hmm.
And just it's just sparsely populated. Not as many people
Yeah,
there.
there's not very many people.
What's up, Eddie? What's up, brother?
Eddie.
Oh, not much.
What are you doing, man?
Honey-do list.
There you go. Well, get that done. You don't want to get in trouble, man. Not in this situation. You can't go anywhere.
I was telling him about the high school yearbook.
Gutsy move. I like that, my man. I love that. Now I saw the haircut pictures online the other day. What prompted the buzz cut?
I've always liked it.
Yeah, so you're just like, why not, man?
You know, my wife's the one that, you know, they're the ones that want me to actually have hair.
What?
I don't like it.
Why?
Well, okay, because he's Mexican, and so he looks like
listen, he's Mexican with or without a buzz cut.
But he looks like a gangster, and he's.
Oh, okay.
You know, I don't like it.
Okay, so now he's a convict because he has short hair.
Exactly.
You're stereotyping, and this is horrible. You should be ashamed of yourself.
It's just he feels it too. He sees the difference in the way people treat him on the street. You know.
But is he acting?
Oh, shit.
Is he acting a little more gangster now?
No.
Is he, Bobbi Jane? Is he throwing his weight around a little bit? Has he referred to you as woman at all?
Oh, he has, yeah.
Edward. Now the little one started crying when you cut your hair.
Oh yeah.
Penelope, did she know? I mean,
it got worse when I shaved off everything. And I shaved off my mustache and my beard.
She didn't see you do it, and then when she saw you, she was like, "What the?"
Yeah,
and she just lost it.
They lost it.
Yeah.
They didn't want to talk to me.
Oh.
Yeah. Olivia's like, I'm not coming out. I'm not going to look at you.
Yeah.
That is fun. Now, is it the first time they had seen you like this, or no?
The last time I think I did this, Trinity, my oldest, was about probably 3.
Oh, okay. So the little ones have never seen it then. That's hilarious.
No, they've always seen me with a mustache and my goatee or a beard. Yeah.
They're like, who's the weird man in the house, mommy?
Yeah, I kept looking at him. I'm like, who are you? I can't. Yeah.
It doesn't work.
No.
I can't pull that off.
Isn't it weird when you get that, like when you do something just like that and people are just like, something's weird. You just don't look right.
Yeah.
People are so used to seeing you in that weird, that certain light.
Yeah, it freaked my mom out. Yeah, she didn't like it.
You're just pissing everybody off. I mean,
Sure.
And it's like, why not? Like, listen, we're all stuck here together. I'm just going to make everybody mad.
Yeah, pretty much.
Eddie's like, hey, you want to FaceTime? And people are like, nah, we're good. No, thanks. No, thanks, Eddie. We're fine. We'll see you when it's all over. We were talking earlier about how much weight you've lost, man. Like how much, what'd you say, Bobbi Jane? Hey, 40 pounds, 35 pounds?
Yeah,
Just about 40.
That's right.
Yeah.
We gave you a lot of shout outs earlier, man. You missed it. We had a whole Eddie party.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, just about how awesome it is to see somebody like support their significant other at such an extreme level, you know, like Bobbi Jane was saying, she gets up so early and comes to, work out and then goes straight to work, and you get the girls ready to go. And I mean, I just think that's super commendable. And I mean, we should all be like that to our significant others, but I don't know that everybody has that same level of support. And I think that needs to be acknowledged. I think that's super awesome.
No, it's super awesome to see how much work she's put into this and how dedicated she's been. I mean, we've tried other things, and I mean, they last for a week, 2 weeks, or you'll go out and get that gym membership that you never use. And
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean,
totally.
And then So I mean, for her to have been this dedicated this long to this program and to see her growth, and I mean, just the complete metamorphosis that she's had throughout this whole process.
Pretty
You
cool.
know, eating healthier. You know, being everything I can't be. So it's
No,
great.
listen, I think you guys are a team. I honestly believe that she would not be having the success that she is if it wasn't for you. And then, vice versa. I mean, look at, just as a dude, I mean, we need some we need that motivation for you to lose like 30, 40 pounds. I mean, that's great for you. You know what I mean? You're healthier, you're doing more, you know what I mean? So I think it's a tag team effort, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah, we've she's keeping me going in the mornings and getting me up and
That's
stuff.
good.
And,
I know. I'm telling him, like, when we get back in the gym, I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna miss working out with him.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I think it's one of those things where, we're all figuring out the new normal. So, but you're also going to be, I mean, you're both still working out. So when you get back to the gym, it won't be like you're starting over from scratch either, right? It won't be like that first day you show up and you're like, oh my God.
Right.
Eddie, we were talking to Bobbi Jane about her first workout. Do you remember your first workout at Thrive? The first
God,
day
yes. She has a picture of it. I didn't want to talk to her. I didn't even want her looking at me. I was in the car, I had a towel over my face. I mean, I felt worked over like a dog. I mean, I felt absolutely. I was like, I couldn't even drive. I was like, yeah, I'm not driving.
That is funny. You're
But
like,
it was, I mean,
what is wrong with
it
you?
just
Why did you
really
do
showed
this
me
to
how
me?
out of shape I was, though. It really did. I mean,
Yeah.
you get so caught up
Yeah.
in your day to day. I mean, this stuff has really taught us to slow down and even appreciate more time with the girls. I mean, because they're always keeping us busy with their schedules. But that first workout was something else.
Eye opener.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, just to see, and then it was I don't think we used a lot of. I think we didn't use any weights or anything like that. I mean, it was just literally my body weight, and I was Jesus. Who am I carrying on my back?
That's so
Now
funny.
it feels like I'm carrying, Penny, the little one, on my back.
Yeah, totally.
Workout. I mean,
but you keep coming back, which is the beautiful thing, right? Like it would have been easy
yeah, I'm
to
a
say,
glutton for
because
punishment.
listen, people have brought their significant others before, and they're like, I'm never going back there ever. Like, I don't care what it is, I'm not going back. So hats off to you, man, for coming back and continuing to put yourself through that.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get back in action. Our first time you get everybody back together is going to be a fun one. We're going to see who's been ready, right?
I know. I'm kind of scared.
Well, what do you guys? We're coming up on time. What do you guys have planned for this afternoon? What are you guys going to get into?
I was trying to finish some projects for her, like to put up some shelves that I built for her. And I want to put those up, or at least get those finished painting, or maybe take the kids out for a drive or something. I mean, they've been cooped in for such a long time.
Just get them out into a little socialization, at least outside of the house.
Yeah, I mean, because it does get pretty tiring being in the house doing.
Oh yeah,
for them at least.
Well, especially for the little ones, because they don't. I mean, it's hard to conceptualize. Like, why am I stuck in this? In this box? Like, why can't I go anywhere? Yeah. Marissa, before we let these two get on with their beautiful day, do we have any questions? We don't want to leave anybody hanging.
Not a lot of questions. They all say hi, Eddie. And
everybody loves Eddie.
Chris Kirk said something in reference to the softball that you guys used to talk mad shit to one another.
Yeah, we did. It's pretty funny.
Other than that, no questions, just lots of comments and lots of hellos.
Very cool. Well, Bobbi Jane, Eddie, thank you guys for doing this with us. It's always fun just to get to know people on a deeper level. I mean, we see each other, but it's always so quick and, fast at the studio. We don't ever really get a chance to, connect. And so these have been fun to do. Thank you guys for both spending some time with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. We will see you guys soon. Have an awesome rest of your day.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys. See ya.